I'm picking up on two energies. I'm over it. I'm not impressed. And then the other one's really anxious. So I'm going to see who this message is for, what the message is, okay? But I feel like someone has either they've communicated in a certain way or they've done something and you've witnessed it. And you just, to you, it feels like it's still someone in a wounded place in like an ego-fueled space. That's what it feels like. So I'm going to find out who the over it, not impressed energy. I'm going to find out who that is and what that, just to confirm what that is, that energy, that message. Someone who's ready to work together, to do things. I'm seeing like, when you come together equally, and also in this like energy of 3-3 could be important here actually. No, like no one else is involved. You don't need to worry about other people getting in the mix or anything like that. You're kind of at that space where it's like, is it you and I, or is it still you and like the whole world, whatever it is that's coming through? I don't know, I just feel like you have this feeling that there's still external influences in someone's life. Yeah, and it just brings you back into that energy. I do think, I'm going to find out what the actual situation is, but I do feel like you might be still triggered into how you felt once upon a time with whatever this energy is. Again, I want to confirm this isn't about abusive, toxic relationships or connections, okay? So there's something about the world. I said the world. Okay, so there's been some kind of sadness. I think that you did feel like there were external parties in the past, and you got the 5 of Cups here. Is some of those energies where you're just like, oh, I don't want to be in that. That's why that world's come out. You want to close out. You don't want to continue that. You don't want external parties influencing you or your person or whatever the situation is, because it's going to filter into the connection. It causes unnecessary problems. Ace of Wands, yeah. Okay, maybe this is someone who you feel like they don't have a very healthy hold on their sexual energy. Maybe this is what you experienced with them, and this is kind of still in your mind space. Yeah. I don't think you've had proof or you've witnessed that this has changed in them. And you're just seeing it. Got the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You're thinking about 10 of Cups. You're thinking about the kind of energy, the kind of personality, character, the true qualities, and values that are needed to create that 10 of Cups. And this just looks like there's a lot of overthinking, I will say. I feel like there's this need to I think that's another thing. You're not impressing. You want to just, I'm going to say ick, that kind of energy, but not to the extent where it's triggering you. I think you're just like, oh, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm done. And it's kind of like you're pouring into your own kind of cups now to find that balance and just heal yourself. You're not expecting that person to come and make things right or whatever it is anymore. You're just like, okay. And because you haven't got that proof, can lead you into like this excessive thinking, and you just don't want to do that anymore. That's how it feels. Again, 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. You know what you want. This is solid. This is long term, and this isn't. And you're single. You're going to stay single until you find that person here who really knows how to work with you. The right people around you is what you want. Something about you wanting that true peace of mind. When you're in connection, your heart's at peace, your mind's at peace. Your body's feeling nourished. 10 of Cups did come out. It's definitely something here where it just feels like you want to be able to celebrate your happiness with someone. That doesn't require these feelings of just, and I will say, maybe this is triggering something in you that still is coming up to be healed. Maybe a shadow. Yeah, 7 of Swords. You felt betrayed before. It's kind of with the 5 of Cups as well. You felt betrayed. You felt like, I just feel like this is someone who did not, I think they were acting quite selfishly, and this is how you feel. You just don't want to deal with that again, It's not happiness. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles with the World. This is that energy of you're ready to create. You've been planting seeds in your own new world now. You don't want to be lingering in this 7 of Swords energy, this betrayal, this deceit, this backstabbing, this going silent, and, all these things that just, is from a wounded space. And you just, why, you're at that stage, you're like, why do I want that? What's that triggering in me? I've done so much to heal those triggers and wherever that's come from. I don't need that continuously like come at me. I need someone who is matching my energy, who wants the best for me as well, so we can do this together. There's something about doing this together so important. Maybe in the past you've really experienced having to fight your corner, and it's like you realize that why were you fighting for love? That kind of energy, when you were the only one fighting, right? The Lovers has come out with the Ace of Wands as well, and got the Knight of Swords. So I do feel like there's something happened and it was super fast in the past. It was kind of led by passion, and you are someone who might have a lot of passion in yourself as well, and you kind of allowed that, like I said, you think that maybe your person with the devil here at the bottom of the deck, they're led by that energy a lot, and you kind of allowed them to lead you in that way. And now you're reflecting on that, and with the Seven of Cups and the Hanged Man, this hasn't been resolved. Whatever this just left you in confusion, in I'm gonna say lack of closure, right? But lack of clarity about what was happening, and it, I don't know. Certainly hasn't been good communication here. Three of Swords, yeah, you were left healing yourself, like I said, and now you remember that, and you don't want to continue that anymore. You really don't. Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, way too much going on externally. It was just, I'm just going to get a couple more just to confirm this energy. Wow. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. You've had to work hard to invest in yourself. You've had to work hard to build your worth after this, to make yourself see your truth, which is what they triggered in you. So that's good, because clearly you weren't seeing your worth if you were allowing them to treat you in this way. Four of Wands and the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You're being prepared to be the divine self that you're here to be, with whatever this is. And the reason this is being triggered in you is to see whether or not you're still allowing the same things. You're still going to be taken, you're still going to be triggered, or you're just going to be like, you know what, I'm the Queen of Pentacles, I know my worth, I know better, I don't need to be triggered by that. And if I am, I recognize it, and I can heal that wound now, right? Bring balance to myself. So you've really been investing in yourself, and you're ready to you're happy to stay single. Maybe you've even truly been reserving your energy, maybe even celibacy. You're conscious of what is entering your being, and you're not about to change that because you've been there before. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this other energy that wants to come through, this anxious energy. I think maybe they acted from this place where they were, that they're still working on being in their divine self as well. Okay, let's see, what is this anxious energy that you're connected to? Page of Cups. See, they don't know how to communicate. The Fool at the bottom of the deck. This is why it's anxious. They want to take the sleep. They don't know how to communicate. I think that they're acting in ways that work with other people, but not with you. You don't want that ego. You don't want, and I don't even think that they're doing it on purpose from an ego-driven place. I think they're just, I think this is all they know. They're really not very good at communicating how they feel, communicating generally, actually. I think maybe they tried. Whatever happened, whether it was communication to you or whether you witnessed something, I think that they went over this multiple times before whatever happened, and this is how they chose. Yeah, you're the Queen, you're the Page of Cups, you come out of the Queen of Pentacles, you come out here, you're on their mind. I think they want to invest. I'm hearing they want to invest in you, but the Fool, it came out. They want to take a leap of faith. They want a new beginning. I don't know why I'm laughing. I think they're really nervous or something. Gosh, Four of Pentacles, King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. They want to be the King of Cups, but they're still operating from a Page of Cups. And I honestly think you make them nervous. Maybe they're intimidated by you. But again, remember, when you come together, sacred union, you come together as equals. But I feel like maybe it's because, that Seven of Swords came out with that Five of Cups. They clearly, and, like I said, you were left feeling what? They need to own up to this, or fix is what I'm hearing specifically. They need to fix this. They don't know if they're going to be received well, okay? What has happened, I will say this, they have not let you go at all. Whether you realise it or not, they have had, your energy has been around them, or they've literally I just feel like they've just been stuck. Maybe a bit obsessive, I don't know, but they've literally been stuck on you. They've not known anyone like you before. And it's incredible, and that's another reason why how they normally work doesn't work with you. They've been so internally conflicted with this. Oh my God, so internally conflicted. I think to the point where they might have even tried to get look at external advice. The Empress. When I say they see you on a pedestal, they see you as the goddess, the empress. No wonder. Wow. Gosh, you're glowing in their eyes. You're on their mind a lot. You're on their mind a lot. I don't know. I'm just laughing because the difference in this. Oh, God. It's like they want to get it right, but they just don't know how. There's so many times that they've had to stop themselves, so many different things that have stopped them, like external opinions. It's like they've been changed to this 3D way of, you know, thinking, believing, that kind of thing. They're feeling your absence. They're feeling your absence. Yeah. They also don't feel like they're enough for you. They haven't felt like they're enough for you. Again, you know, if you want to come together as equals, then they need to work on something internally within them. They need to work on an internal belief system. Yeah. Internal belief system. I think they're maybe stuck on how things happen in the past, whether it's with you or someone else, and they were not treated in the way they wanted to be treated when they expressed their truth or whatever it was from a young age, I feel like. And this is like created such a limiting belief inside them. The sun has come out with the Queen of Pentacles. You're like their you really are glowing in their eyes. You're like their shining light. You're someone who I feel like they feel like it just frees them. Your energy makes them feel free, which is beautiful, truly. They're feeling stuck in their mind so much. They don't know how to come forward, how to express themselves. But I do think that it's something to do with something when they were younger, that they were shut down when it comes to their emotions. Something happened where I'm hearing belittled, specifically humiliated, whatever it is. It's not nice. And the irony of that is at the bottom of the deck is a King of Wands. And that's like confidence, power, courage, strength. 10 of Wands. Yeah, there's a heavy cycle here. They don't want to carry this, but like, I was going to say burden. So it feels like, I don't think they see you as a burden. I want to make that clear at all. I think it's just like the burden of something that they haven't cleared. They haven't stepped up into that King of Wands and taken, you know, the position they know that they need to or want to. It's that courage again. But it's of the heart. I think they really find it difficult to act from the courage of their heart versus that ego that wants to come through. Oh, just in case, put up this guard, just in case. It's like, no, you're going to have to come through heart-centered here, which means, yeah, there is a chance that, you know, your vulnerabilities, your scars will be aired, but that's like a really big test for them. That's not easy. That's hard. For anyone, that would be hard. Page of Swords. Yeah, I think they've been watching. When I said they're stuck on you, I couldn't quite understand what it is, but they've been watching you online is what I'm getting here. Or just learning information about you in some way, shape or form. I think going over messages as well. Maybe if you sent photos and videos and messages, something like that, 100% gone over them many, many times. This is clear to see then, you know, if last time you were left feeling confused and just in hangman mode, they clearly were in such a wounded state, they did not know how to express themselves. This wasn't just like, you know, being like a bit of a, just purposefully like just letting you hang there or whatever. I think it's genuinely that just to the depth of their heart, there's pain. Just heard a hornbeep. There's pain. So they weren't able to address that. This is something that you brought up in them to have to strength. I kept saying strength. Strength has come out. Have to gather their strength and face their demons, and that's with that Five of Swords. It's all internal. You've really made them face their shadow. Death. They're transforming. Whatever this is, whatever this movement is they want to make, it's literally forcing them to transform to Phoenix out of that dark energy that's been holding them, limiting them from what they truly desire, from seeing their worth. Oh my God, King of Pentacles at the bottom deck, much better. Judgment and the Empress. They've had a serious awakening, maybe very recently, towards you and who you truly are. I'm getting that divine feminine. They're really seeing you. You know, before they maybe have been like unsure about why they're so obsessed or pulled in this energy, and they just didn't understand it, which is why it felt a bit unhealthy. But now they're getting clarity. That it's not just like some weird, unhealthy obsession. I said weird because clearly that's how they must think or something. But they're actually understanding that it's way more divine than that. Remember our read for divine connections and how you navigate your way to sacred union. Okay, let's see. One more for this Five of Pentacles that came out. Oh, nine. That just kind of came into my hand there. Nine of Cups. Yeah, I think their greatest wish right now, currently, is you. Is literally having a conversation with you, is having you there. The Star. Oh, God, they are captivated by you. My gosh. Wow. They just want you. Let's get another one. One more. They just want you. I'm seeing you know the genie, the lamp, Aladdin. I'm getting that energy. Maybe that resonates with somebody. I'm also getting Beauty and the Beast. Disney must be a big deal here. Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. They see this too. I want to be clear. High Priest. Oh, there's two. High Priestess and that. Okay. Okay. They fantasize a lot. Okay. One of their secret desires is really you two, like, creating these family babies, you know, and whatever that takes. King of Cups, King of Wands. They really are wanting, right now they are literally fighting their limiting beliefs. And that is their biggest hurdle. It's their internal mind space and their heart, because being true to that heart, remember, is not something that has come easy. Just as I said that, the Lovers and the Hermit. Oh my God, that's confirmation. Wow, that is confirmation. And that's literally what they're doing. They're going within and they're learning how to connect to their heart, to make this decision and to take action. That's a difference. It's not just like in their head, inside them anymore. They want to take the action here, to have this Ace of Wands. You both have the Ace of Wands, but almost like in different contexts. Divine intervention, double rainbow. Everything is happening exactly how it needs to. I'm hearing serendipity. How you two met is different to how you'd meet anyone else. Something about that for you specifically, uniquely, it's different. Okay, number 16, ascension, perfect timing. Yeah, you're both going through some kind of ascension right now, truly. This energy clearly is just divine masculine energy I'm picking up on, okay? Promises kept. They want to keep this promise. Wow. That means they said something to you. Duality, as above, so below. It's like I'm seeing a map and it's like a divine, like, you know, like divine orchestration, like the blueprint that divine has created. And that is what, it's there existing above and they're kind of like reflecting it on the bottom now below, which is where you are on Earth. Okay, let's see what else for this connection. Keys, number 27, interesting. Ring of Keys, change of hearts, access, opportunities, many opportunities, power, freedom, hidden knowledge, multiple choices, in control, transition, new beginnings. This is what they're doing. They're going through this change of heart. But I think that with what you're feeling right now, you've been there. You've been through that change of heart, right? And I think they're catching up here. They're freeing themselves of all of what's happening. You know, they're understanding the key to their heart. And honestly, I feel like you're a big part of that. But also it's like how they can themselves find that within and access their own heart and move from that with this Lovers. And that's what they're figuring out with this Hermit card. They're really going in and they're trying to understand themselves so they can come forward. Power, they want to gain that power back. They feel like they're powerless when it comes to your energy, and that's not how you want them to feel. You know that as well. You want them to be, it's an equal thing, like you both see each other like, yes, wow, you know. Snowflake, so vulnerable. Definitely one of a kind energy. Both of you are. You mirror that. Number 9, September could be important. Original, delicate situation, vulnerable, one of a kind, handle with care, fragile, frozen, change of state, transient, imprecise. Be precise. This is what I mean by, it's like they want to take that leap of faith and suddenly they're frozen. This is what they're trying to get under. They're trying to understand, what is that freeze mode? What is that, right? Wow, okay. Okay, confirmation, child, boy. It's their inner child. That's what it is. Page of Cups. This is just another confirmation that they're realizing how vulnerable their inner child was with whatever happened in the past and all that stuff that came through, you know, in the beginning of the reading. They're really realizing that, and they're trying to learn how to handle themselves with care. So they want to be the adult that their little them needed. That's beautiful. Man. So just had child and they just had man right after. Wow. This was also given there's been some kind of masculine energy around them that it's almost like they took advantage of like the power difference and the power control. It's not nice. So maybe that was a father or just like a sibling or certainly just something around them. So it's like their masculine energy of really needing to work on it right now to gain that power and that strength within them, to recognize that they have that within them, you know, because there's so much in society that can teach you how to be an unhealed masculine energy. like the wounded masculine and feminine, but I'm talking specifically about this, okay? Oh my God, maybe it's something to do with the mother. Masculine energy, that was 15 and 10. October, Mama Bear. But also this is kind of giving that affluence, rich, strong, protective energy. And these are kind of, I'm giving that masculine energy as well, you know, where you are protective, you know, you are that someone that can provide as well. Boss, CEO, that says as well. So maybe like they have this energy where that's who they are to the world. But I also think that they didn't have that inner mother is what I'm getting, which is really interesting. Yeah, tornado. They've been torn up inside for a very long time. They have not accessed that energy. 8. They could have been doing this in August specifically. Could have been coming through. Breakdown, liberate, over and done, the end. I think that something's happened. Whatever this energy is that they're finally understanding, they've had to clear through this, which is now resulting in them going inwards and clearing through what kept them there in the first place. Sudden unexpected end, violent toll, wreck, stormbring. Does say liberate though, so liberated them to an extent. Resources, fish, investing, lavish. They could be live quite a lavish lifestyle, if you will, because that's going to come out there as well. And this man on this particular card looks very like, you know, status. Maybe they're being status driven. Maybe that's where they actually focus their attention and their energy. But this is why it's come out with this change of keys, change of house. Someone could actually be moving, something to do with a house. Could be getting a bigger house or something different. Number 34. Interesting. Large quantity, multiply. Wow. I think they want to multiply. Again, I'm getting that energy. They want to create a family. But obviously, how can you when you've got all this wounded energy? I think they're really understanding that. That's not what you want to multiply in, like, what's coming after, right? Yeah, the snowflake. Oh, my God. The man's come out again. I definitely think there's something to do with the masculine energy. And with that whip, I think it's not been nice. Masculine energy again. You know, this could be to be something to do with sexuality as well. What's come through here. It doesn't have to be, okay, but specifics, collective reading, remember. Painful, tension, fighting, arguments, anger, harsh. Oh my God, what happened there? This is what's blocked their voice, their communication, expressing themselves. Snapped. Whoa, that's that masculine energy. I think that's come out with that snowflake. This is something they have not addressed for, like, I'm talking years. This is from when they were younger. Something happened. That's really sad. Number 32. Magnet, longing, desire, gravity, magnetic attraction, charm, seduction, yearning, field of influence, je ne sais quoi. Don't know about that. Lighthouse. Yeah, safe passage, illumination. They're creating a safe passage for their inner child here. Plotting a course, gaining clarity, navigating obstacles. Wow. You know what? They're going in the right direction now. This is giving that energy of this is what they want so much. Whatever it is that they're feeling so drawn, magnetically pulled to. Like I said, they've been stuck on this, right? But this is something they're facing now to clear through that so that they can finally take that action where they feel like they're more stable, more like someone, like they can be the trusting person. Oh my God, number 21, 8, mountain, obstacles, problems, distance, solitude, pride, block, cold, indifferent, barrier, interruption, delay, stubborn. You have no idea this is going on, but part of me feels like they want you to know. That's why this is coming through so much right now, because they want you to be aware that it's not just, there's something going on. You know, that's come out with that masculine energy. They have some kind of, they're overcoming obstacles right now. And it's obstacles that have been caused from the internal world. When you're a child, you can always say, you know, as you're a child, there's so much that you didn't receive the love, the protection, whatever. But there gets to a point in your life where you become an adult and you have to take that responsibility and say, you know what, but I get to change this up now. Yeah, that wasn't my fault, but I have to take that responsibility to do things differently for me now. Doesn't mean it's easy. Doesn't mean that it's going to be the same as everyone else. Quite the opposite. It's going to be your unique journey. Oh my God, the woman. That's come out with Mama Bear. This is how they see their feminine energy, their divine feminine. Bird and a wire. Interesting. I'm just going to get another one for that. Bird and a wire. I think that one of the obstacles is people, external people gossiping. Bird and a wire. What's this about? Who is this about? Bird. I knew it. Knew it. Third person. There's someone who has been in their field of influence, their vicinity, who they're concerned would have they don't, like I said, they're feeling protected. They don't want, see this sunrise on that tree? That's beautiful. That's happy new beginnings. That's health, vitality, connection to divine, strengthening, you know, new beginnings, hope, clarity. But they have been dealing with this third party feminine specifically energy. That is kind of like every move they've made, they've just had some like opinions flying around. Okay, I just want to confirm this tree and this. Okay. So the moon, this is like confirming the wish here. The wishes do come true, star card. And the moon, so it's that divine feminine energy. They're really feeling this energy right now, and it's important because this is what's helping, driving them to clear through whatever this is, to not give a fuck about, sorry, clearly this is how someone's feeling, this third party like gossip energy, which by the way, they shouldn't have any power over you. Because you know what, if they have some kind of power over you, then clearly there's something inside you that's still being triggered, like your worth or something. And it's like, well, actually, I see the clarity. I see this beautiful wish that I want, right? I see that, you know, it's not just some fantasy and illusion, right? And it's like, it's bringing through this beautiful sunrise, this happy new beginning. Problems are ending. There's clarity. There's a brighter future, awakening, fresh start. I also feel like this is about bringing clarity to this divine feminine energy about this third party energy, because this is still the thing that was holding divine feminine back from the reading, remember? Just these thoughts of all these external energies. So let's just find out some more just to confirm as well. Anchor, yeah, stability. I actually think that they're gaining way more inner stability than you might have seen, might have witnessed, okay? Wow, house, belonging, comfort, safety, emotional intelligence, heart and mind, finding that true balance within. And this is what this whole process is getting you both to. I want to make that clear. You're both being prepared to be stable, anchored, grounded within yourself, so you can truly hold it down to when you come to each other to make decisions that are from a place of authenticity, truth to that divine love and divine truth that you're recognizing within. In the past, there was this false start. Neither of you were prepared for this. And this is what this whole journey has been doing, preparing you both to step up. Oops, didn't make it. Oh my God. Inexperienced, misfire, false start. And that might have been the recent thing as well. Now that triggered divine feminine here. Crossroads. Multiple decisions to make. Number 22. Making decisions, weighing the options, opportunity, road trip, journey, multiple choices, crossroads, travel, free world. It could be something, I think there could be like travel distance between both of you. Trophy, you both want success this time. Whether you realize it or not, this is why it's going to be so important to have the right conversations. But right now it's pretty clear that you're both clearing something internally within yourselves. So you can get to this point where you are truly operating from an internal grounded space, where you feel safe within yourself, that you can truly tap into your heart and your mind from a place of higher level intelligence. Okay, there's something really important about that. Again, your connection to divine is kind of like become the most, like the number one priority in a way. Yeah, freeing yourself, taking back control of your life. You, like divine feminine, you don't need to worry about these third party energies. They've got nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Kind of like that shouldn't even be a worry. And if someone's coming into your connection, they have that's not even, it shouldn't be a worry. It should just be like, oh, that's a no from me, simple, move on, get on. Do you know what I mean? Until they've cleared through that, making the effort, clearing through, because you know that whatever this is, there's clearly a reason that you both feel so deeply, and you're literally listening to this reading right now for that reason, right? It's not something that, I think there's just so much clarity that you still need to create. Attraction is still there for both of you. I think someone's clearly confused about that. Pay attention to red flags. Whoa. Let's just find out about that. Love yourself first. Yeah, it's that self-worth again, children. It's just, the red flags is the inner child that's still taking the reins. So you can't explore the feelings in the way that you want to, just because the inner child sometimes takes the reins and suddenly you're triggered, and either you're acting from, I'm hearing like jealousy, or just like this sudden like anger, just these emotions. Like really, something about moving is really important here. Either you're traveling, you're certainly at a distance from each other, that's for sure. 14, geese on a quest, relocation, dependable, migration, knowing where you're going, leaving no one behind, cyclic, faithful. Being faithful is really important for both of you. That leap of faith, grasshopper. This is birth of a son as well, so easygoing, sudden change in direction. Don't worry, moving on, prosperity. So what? Luck. I think there's this energy of you're learning how to release the heavy weight in such a way that you can, especially with the 4 and the 10 of wands, where you can finally say, you know what? So what? Let's just move forwards. You have one lifetime right now. The incarnations in the past that didn't make it, you're here right now. Make it, right? So what? Just go for it. You know what I mean? But obviously there's a reason that it's not, not from these red flag behavior. I want to make that clear. Obviously, go for it, as in heal through. Don't let that hold you back from what you truly desire within you. Okay, see yourself, step into your divine self so that you can truly welcome in what is in your alignment and so divinely aligned for you, truly. Because like I said, there's something about that as above, so below, that divine plan that's being played out right now. The crow, number 21, magical power. You're finding the magic within you. So, this is who I am, Clever problem solver, observant, mystery, memories, remembering, new event are happening. Something is happening moving forwards, and it's going to trigger someone's memories about something, okay? Ooh, that went far. Oh, it's a lion. Wow, heart-centered. Number 17, we're talking about how far that went as well. Like, this is like someone who's like, no, I'll do what I want, thank you. Bold, brave, devoted. Beautiful. Proud, courageous, leadership, majestic, high self-esteem, inner strength, confident. Wow. It's pretty nice. Okay. Ego. Seeing the past, present, future in very different ways. I think you're going to reach a point where you're understanding things, especially this masculine energy, seeing how the inner child has influenced their decisions and now who they've become. They're really seeing that much more clearly. And I think this divine feminine, you've been there. You've been there, challenging the status quo. Good. Regal, proud, opportunity, new hope. Again, new hope, longevity. One more. Your connection as well, when you see. No, the ladybug. That's abundance. I was thinking about what card for your connection, and this is it. Number 3, vibrant, abundant life, happy, comfort, leisure. I said something about affluence. There's something really important for someone about that, living in comfort and luxury. And, this is why they might have been focused on that. Both of you, because that Queen of Pentacles came out, and she's like, high status, very regal energy. Good health is coming. Balance, birth of a daughter. So you've got both birth of a son and a birth of a daughter, okay? It could be your inner children, both of you. Comfort, leisure, wishes coming true. And that's like that star card. Wishes will be coming true. Hummingbird at the bottom of the deck, that beautiful, the hummingbird's going for the flowers, for the sweet nectar. The sweet nectar of life is what you're discovering, because you're finally allowing yourself to heal through that stuff. And move forward, heart-centered, proud like that lion. Take those leaps of faith, because you know that you've got your own back. And you are in connection with divine. Communing with divine is so important, okay? Timings and that kind of thing. Cardinal signs, cardinal energy, leader, ideas, original, beginnings, birth. Birth keeps coming up. There's something about that's important. Time to get going. Pressure is on. Someone's worried, because they really want to move forward. I can see that anxiety, that anxious energy, which is why this is like truly a thing right now. Judgment, that's come out twice. Pluto is retrograde as well, so this could be why everything's coming up for someone to really face it. This time in the past, maybe they haven't, okay? Rebirth, major changes, transformation. Something around Halloween time could be important for somebody. Maybe a date or something. Okay. Oh, interesting. Queen of Earth. That's giving the Queen of Pentacles energy. Springtime, Taurus energy. That could be important, actually. Because a lot of that leaps of faith, it's giving that spring energy. Winter time, okay, so King of Earth. So you got King and Queen of Earth here. So something about Capricorn season, so around like Christmas time through to spring season, there's going to be some major developments is what I'm hearing, okay? Major. That's important, because that's why this transformation currently is taking place, so you can finally not be triggered and operate from that wounded self, both of you, and instead say, actually, I know what I'm worthy of, and that's what I'll accept, including from myself, including how I'm reacting, healing through that, right? Winters are going to be so, you might have memories from winter that could be important as well. Something that's really important. Something about this, about resting as well, contemplating. get another one for that. Wintertime is definitely important though. Air elements, something's developing, idealistic, communicative, mentally active. That was that anxious energy that was coming through. I think someone's just clearing through their mind space right now. That's why they've been given this time and space to do this. Saturn, the world. So again, closing out these cycles. This is like something that their soul has signed up to way before this incarnation, right? So they're doing what they need to, just as you are, okay? Accomplishment, structure. You might be accomplishing something soon as well, actually. That's why it's like that self-focus, finding that inner union. Got the solar flare here as well, so it's kind of like solar flash. That energy of like ascending, and that came out before. So you're both really leveling up, seeing through, you know, the dimensions that I mentioned, that eagle that came out, seeing through. Earth sign energies. God, this is like all the energies. So practical, dependable, grounded. It's felt stuck for a while. It's definitely felt stuck for a while. Okay, let's get another one. There's anything else about moving forwards. Virgo season, the Hermit, solitude, enlightenment, soul searching, Chariot. So that's come out twice now, the Hermit. And it's to do with something to do with the soul searching that's taking place, that's going to allow this beautiful willpower, this strength to be gained for when there's action. But like I say, what by the looks of things, right about now, it's kind of like leading up, these transformations are leading up to something that's going to be big, especially over the next few months. Really important. Scorpio season moving forward as well, definitely. This feels like such a long reading, so clearly someone needed this. Okay, I've got some messages here, some message cards. Number 8. I've never felt, this is from Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, we'll make that clear, okay? I've never felt love like this before. The depth of it can be inspiring, but also overwhelming. Karmic ties. I'm struggling with codependency. Number 2, I'm afraid to let go of my old coping mechanisms. That's what they're clearing through right now, including their mind space, how they think. Another karmic ties energy here. Number 1, okay? I'm not happy. Karma, including behaviors, people, and situations, is playing out a role in what's happening with me, and it's hard for me to see a way out. So yeah, like I said before, they're going through their karmic cycles, and yeah, that's what they're doing right now, okay? Number 10, mirrors. Our inner guidance is clear, but our ego is resisting. And what's being resisted? There's something about abandonment. That's a big deal. Number 9, the feelings of abandonment, often feeling like others are letting you down. And I think that's that mirroring energy. So you both could feel like that, which is again why you've kind of reached that point where you're just like I'm not impressed. It's like, it's almost like you're on guard now. You're just like, whereas if you had that compassion in you, you'd be like, you know what? I get it. That's your way of handling the situation right now. You're clearly still working through your wounds, and that's okay. These are my boundaries, and I know what I'm worthy of. I don't need to be triggered by that, because actually this soul journey is not easy for either of us or anyone really, you know. So you can only say, you know what, it's sending you love to really do that healing, to really get to that depth and find your alignment, just as I'm doing for me too, right? Number 3. The same divine energy flows in each of us. This energy is a catalyst to our reunion. We just need to allow this energy to work its magic. Wow. Deep soul activations are taking place right now, and that is what's needing to be honored, so that you don't come together in that red flag behavior or whatever that message was, right? You both know that though. You both see that. You're at that space. So it's kind of like, even as you're healing through this layer of this energetic connection, you're really going to allow yourself to be focused on this praise. Not everything that's let you down or let you back, because you already understand the reason why you even allowed that in the first place, or the fact that other people have their journey too. This is really about you activating your inner alignment now, your inner union, working with that inner child, teenager, adult, you know, to really come through and step up for you. This is someone who sees the divine feminine as the empress. The number 1, the empress needs to step into that empress role truly, and number 2, this divine masculine needs to step into that emperor role, so you can both truly sit on your little thrones, you know, see each other together equally, right? That's where that peace will come from, especially in that heart space. There will be no like, oh my god, what about this, what about that, you know? You'll be able to speak through and clear through that. Yeah, wish is coming true, okay? So there's hope. There is. This is a really beautiful clearing that's taking place right now. It's needed for your soul, so you can get to the next level, okay? That's what's happening. Something about freedom is important for both of you. The more you're finding your lightness, you're clearing through that energy, you're cleansing through, and your energy is feeling lighter, the more you're finding the sweetness within your soul, okay, which is what's really going to allow you to come together. And birth, because that was coming through a lot, birth these wishes and your destiny into actual reality, okay? It's about honoring the time and not just being focused. Remember, divine timing, everything's happening in perfect timing, better than you could ever imagine. Truly, that's divine orchestration, that is. So have faith in that. That doesn't mean you prolong it yourself. That means you take action, do what you need to do. Right? So moving forward, the more that both of you can truly transcend the pain of the past, the fantasy that was driving you both, the way that it was just like this illusion, almost like society had told you how it should be, and it wasn't sitting right, and it just ended in this 10 of swords and this 3 of swords. The more you can transcend that with this beautiful hierophant energy, and then this 4 of wands, that's where you're going, but you're working on it. This 8 of pentacles, you're working on closing, both of you are working on closing out those past cycles, the world again. So it's kind of like you're gaining that clarity, and there's a big lesson here about patience for both of you. Okay, truly, it's worth waiting for. Divine timing is truly at play here, and it's almost like you're going to see the sweet nectar in why that patience was needed when you get to that beautiful 4 of wands energy. Okay, that new cycle. Let me know if this message was for you. Sending love.